Free. Hey, welcome to the Kind of Three podcast. As you can see, I'm a little bit under the weather, man. I got this wheezing, coughing thing. I need some of that. What's it? The coughing, aching, stuffy head, itchy. Got the drips, whatever it is. You know,
cure everything.
Yeah, cure everything. That's some. I need some of that tussins. Who got some tussin?
Well, look here, you be sleep.
Well, like Lil Wayne,
Right.
one or the other, having seizures and shit. Can't have that.
Can't have you going out like Pimp C.
Man, rest in peace to Chad Butler.
Right on.
Man, you know what I miss. You never realize how much you miss somebody specifically. This is not. It has nothing to do with the fuck we're talking about today.
Right.
But I really miss Pimp C music.
Man, I miss
I miss a pimp. You know what I'm saying? I miss the pimp.
Verse.
You know. We also got somebody else in here who probably won't say too much. She over there playing Candy Crush or some shit. See, she ain't even say nothing in. She just opened her mouth, looked like an emoji or something. I don't know what's going on, but she gonna pop in from time to time. We gonna call her Mystery Person from now on. Your name is Mysterious.
I'm the voice of reason.
Oh,
Wow.
you know, I like that.
For you two.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that because you kind of are. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not gonna deny that. I'm gonna hold on to that.
I'm the good angel on the left shoulder for you guys.
Okay. You know, you fighting with the one on the right shoulder.
Every now and then.
Possibly.
Oh, allegedly.
Allegedly.
All right. Well, we got a bunch to talk about. Let's jump right into it. Okay, so first of all, before we even really get started, I would like to say congratulations to the University of Alabama football team.
You got to put that out there, right?
Yeah.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
You got two Tide fans in here. Excuse me. Two Tide alumni.
Black and educated.
Black and educated. We stay woke. But we
get
kind of sleepy out here. Oh, we didn't even introduce ourselves, man. I'm one part of your co-host team. I'm Knowledge, and then to my right, I got who I got over here.
Oh, man, it's your boy, Tenaro Reed, a.k.a. Natty, owner, operator, Slaughterhouse Tattoos, Mr. Helping you look better naked
Hey.
in the building.
And also, you know, if it wasn't for certain people, you know, jigaboos like you,
Right.
would-
Right. You know what I mean? With my coon ass. With my coon spook ass.
you know what I'm saying, wouldn't be able to shave.
Look, I ain't tell you the other part he said.
Uh-oh.
He was like, he told me, he said, whenever he meets me, he said, if I want to see if you be running those blue gums of yours. I said, nigga, my shit pink.
Yo, like I really want to beat his ass now.
Yo.
Like that's some real life 1932 lynch mob type. I hadn't heard a white person use the phrase blue gums
I've never heard it.
since Mississippi Burning or like, you know.
I never heard it.
You know what, you only hear about shit like that when you take African American studies classes. But nigga, it's 2007. See, I'm trying to stop saying the N word, but damn it, man, that just
Man,
Woo.
I cracked all the way up, man.
It's-
I've never heard that before. I've been called a lot of shit.
yeah.
I've never been called-
Here's my thing. I posted on Twitter today that I'm possibly like a really bad Wikipedia page come to life. Cause and this is, we did not talk about this prior to the show, but the president of Pilot and Flying J, you know, the truck stops, right? So they have this they have this audio of him, you know, using the N word,
Right.
talking about like dirty niggers, and then he sings this song with his sales team that's racist as hell. Like it's super racist. Hold on, let me find it. But what make it so bad? It says something like she chose a nigger or something like that. Like the song, like you had to really like go looking for like stuff this racist. But I saw somebody on Twitter say, "Is racism a genre of music?" Because that's really what this is. Like it was that racist. So let me see. Hold on, because Sean King talked about it and everything. Nigger Lover. That's the name of the song. Nigger Lover. I'm talking about with the ER.
Was it similar to Uncle Ruckus?
No. And you know what made it so bad? I'm pretty sure. I haven't Googled it, anything like that. I'm about 75% sure that country singer Waylon Jennings sings this song. Don't ask me why I remember that or know that. But he got some racist ass songs, and I just was like, that's Waylon Jennings. Because as soon as you hear the audio, I'm like, that sound like Waylon. Yeah. But what make it so bad is that like I think his drummer was black.
Hey, you gotta have some pepper in it. You gotta have some pepper in the recipe.
I guess
You know what I mean?
I don't know,
We
man.
gotta give him some kind of flavor.
But the fact that I remember some shit like that,
It might have been on the elevator.
probably.
Elevator music.
I mean, we did go to Alabama, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it could have been. But the thing is about it is like I'm like a walking encyclopedia of racial slurs. Like whenever somebody wants to know a certain racial slur, they ask me. I've noticed that about myself.
Well, I'm glad you're knowledgeable on that.
Yo,
I actually was about to call my dentist.
I
thought I had aggressive gingivitis. I thought something. I'm in the mirror. I'm checking my damn in my gums.
If he ever calls you an eggplant, that's also a racial slur.
Not familiar with that one.
You've heard of coon, jigaboo, nigger, blue gums, sambo.
Yeah, I heard of sambo.
Spear chucker.
Spear chucker. Yeah.
It's
Dart
a lot,
blower.
man. What's that?
Dart blower.
Dart blower. Yep.
I've been called one of those.
Bone nose. Have you heard bone nose?
I've been called one of those.
Okay, so I mean, it's a lot of them. Like I know a lot of racial slurs.
Yeah, but he fucked me up with the blue gums. I'm like,
Yeah.
is that a breed of pit bull? Fuck me up, man.
And what make it even worse is like I know racial slurs for like everybody. Like I'm not gonna go into the other one
No,
because
that's
not
that'll
cool.
get it a little too far. But still, it's just
Come back from the line.
yeah. Let me come back, Caroline. Yeah, I'm back. Okay, so let's go to get to the show though. So we just talked about Alabama winning the national championship
Roll Tide.
on an amazing last second throw by Tua Tagovailoa. That's his last name.
That's his name.
Tagovailoa. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yeah,
that's his last name. But so before the game started, and I think everybody saw the news where Donald Trump said he was going to go to the game, and he stood up there on the field for the national anthem and didn't know that damn word. He probably should have just took a knee. That's what if you don't know the
That would
words,
kill America.
what they say at church, if you don't know the words, just raise your
Raise your
hand.
hand.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? He
just
should have just raised his hand. You know what I'm saying? That's what he should have done. But before the game, they got video of the Tide walking out. And there's this audio of star running back for the Tide, Bo Scarborough, who is a hoss. Like, he is a monster. Like, he's huge.
Word.
To use another racial slur, Mandingo. He's a huge guy. And apparently, according to the audio, he says, fuck Trump. And so,
Touche, I concur.
I've said it. Nipsey Hussle said it. A lot of people say it. But, when you play for a school like Alabama, you got a certain fan base.
Right.
And so, I go to all the Alabama, sports pages and stuff like that. Oh, he's all types of thugs.
They drugs.
Yeah, they started using that code word for the N-word. They started calling him thug.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's so disrespectful. He should just shut up and play football. You don't go to school to have an opinion. Wait a minute.
Whoa. I can't have an opinion because I'm in
So
school.
let me get this straight. You play football, college football, where you're kind of obligated to go to classes
Right.
that educate you at the college now.
At the college.
One of the best schools in the country now. I say top 100. Top 100 schools in the country. There's a lot of colleges out here. One of the top 100 schools in the country. And you're not allowed to have a whole ass opinion.
Whole opinion.
Why?
You're there to play ball.
That's what you do.
Boy.
Yep.
Run, boy.
They need to remake Higher Learning, man.
Who gonna star in it?
I want to play Professor Williams. Professor Williams.
Let me be cute. I'd be cute. Let me be
You know
cute.
what? I think that'd be dope, though.
Yeah, let me be cute.
Like, we could make this happen. Like, we really need to write this up.
Yeah, a little parody.
We need to write this up. Like, a whole new Higher Learning. Hey, we're going to copyright that. Don't steal our idea. Somebody call John Singleton. Get him on the phone.
Yeah.
Because that actually would work, though.
Yeah, the kids need that.
Yeah, they need Higher
It's
Learning
the
for
culture.
2017.
Yeah, it's for the culture. It's for the
You
culture.
going to be Deja.
Sure.
You can be Deja.
Go ahead and get the pilot, push it on YouTube, and see where it goes.
So I'm going to hit up my friend Ebony because she's a director. She has her own online show. Shout out to Adulting, the online show. You can check it out on YouTube. This is a new season that's coming out.
Word.
So she's dope. She is dope. She's a graduate of Howard University. Shout out to HBCUs.
HBCUs in the building.
So check out Adulting But yeah, I think I might actually, I always got these ideas, man. I got to write this one down. So yeah, I think we should probably give this a shot, bro.
Man, look, hey, we might want to do Boys in the Hood. You can be Ricky. You play for Alabama.
Look, man, I ain't getting shot. That bullets are not fun. Man, that's great. No,
you'll be the martyr of the movie.
I'm fine.
So you good with that?
Hey, I don't want to be Ricky. I don't want to be Cleo. I don't want to be Kane. I don't want to be none of them dudes.
Yeah, just let me make it to the end.
Please, let me be Trey. Can I be Trey? I'll be Trey. I'll be Trey. Because Trey ended up going to Morehouse. I'll be Trey.
Right, yeah.
Trey
he made it out.
He made it out.
He made it out.
You can be Furious.
I can do that.
You can be Furious. You gonna hold the balls and everything.
I do that every day, all day. Pause. On the pause. On the pause. Pause on the
pause. Let's move on. So we were talking about racial slurs earlier, and so we're gonna jump back into the racial slurs. Side note, to finish up the Bo Scarborough story, he said that he did not say fuck Trump. He said fuck Georgia. Because that sounds a lot like Trump, right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That can be easily misconstrued.
Yeah,
it can.
Because
Trump, Georgia.
Well, yeah, fuck that. Anyway, so we were talking about racial slurs and all that, and we found this story out of Cincinnati, Ohio, near Cincinnati, Ohio, of this youth basketball team that had these racist jerseys. The team was called the Wet Dream Team, and they had a player named who's on the back of his jersey. It said Coon, and another one said Negro, but it was spelled like your knee,
right,
and then the word grow. And they got to their third game, and they finally got suspended by the league or whatever. And when they were confronted by an opposing coach, they just laughed and said that it was a big joke, and they thought it was funny. Now, here's what's crazy. This is what annoys me about stuff like this, because we see stuff like this all the time.
Right.
Black people wake up every single morning, minding their black ass business, going about their black ass day, living their black ass lives. And we're constantly told that we're the ones that go out of our way to find racism and stuff. Meanwhile, you got people thinking that racial slurs and stuff like that is a joke.
Right, it's a joke.
Like it's
comedy.
Like we're confronted with it all the time. And then they ask us, like, why is everything got to be about race? Well, why'd you make it that way?
Exactly.
Why'd you create a country that is separated based on race? And then, just expect us to just forget about it? Like, are you serious?
Right.
Like,
I mean, I've never been to Spain and had to ask somebody what Chinatown is. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, you have, I mean, probably there are different places where you have ethnic enclaves, so to speak. You got, like, the term ghetto came from, like, Jewish communities in certain places and stuff like that. But, so you have people who kind of bond together based on shared experiences, religions, cultures, values. But here you got black, you got white, you got Mexican. And notice I didn't say Hispanic, because the thing is, to certain people, everybody Hispanic is Mexican.
Yeah.
They don't even care to look at the differences in the ethnicities, because you got all sorts of various, Hispanic groups and countries and ethnicities and nationalities and things of that nature. And then you got Asians. They don't ever distinguish between Japanese and Chinese and things of that nature. Right. And that's what you got, And so it's like, let me ask you a question. Have you ever thought about naming like an intramural team or getting in a 3-on-3 tournament and calling yourself the Cucamonga Cracker Killers?
Never.
Have you ever thought about,
Never.
playing flag football and calling your team the Honky Hangers? Or something like that. Like I don't understand. Like see, it's funny only because I'm holding up a mirror to the like we don't think about doing stuff like
that, right?
We don't do stuff like that. But when stuff like this happens, we're supposed to ignore it, forget about it. Oh, it's not. If you pay, that's what they want. They want you to be mad. Well, why can't they just not be assholes?
Right. Exactly.
Why can't you just not be an asshole? Like
now, when the anger turns to reaction.
Right.
Then that's when it's going to be a problem.
Because if I see you with that on your back and then I react negatively, then that still reflects bad on me, because I'm just supposed to walk away. I'm supposed to be bigger than that.
Right.
Meanwhile, you get to go around with a racial slur on your back and nobody say anything to you. And you think it's a joke. It's funny to you, right? Ha.
It's privilege.
It's But you know what? If you say that, they like, oh, I was born poor. I don't have privilege. What kind of privilege do I get?
The privilege to joke about things that are really sensitive.
Right.
To a lot of other people. Exactly.
And they think it's and it's cute. Like it's cool. It's funny to them.
Yeah, they get to brush it off the shoulder.
You know, I was Facebook friends with this guy who I actually was in Iraq with, and he used to post all this it was like a month and a half ago. Like he just started posting all this really ridiculous, racially insensitive stuff, and I'd be like, dude, seriously, like I would ask him like constantly, like, are you serious right now? Like, well, no, I just like doing stuff for a reaction. Okay, you have that option,
Right.
But the moment I post something like that, say something like that, do something like that because I think it's funny and for a reaction, I'll never work again.
Right.
You know,
Nobody finds it funny.
nobody finds it funny if I do something like that.
Yeah,
But you can do it.
You're the angry black man now.
Right. You can do it. And if I react, I'm wrong. I'm always wrong. It's
Well, I'm a wrong motherfucker then.
I'm you know what? I got a what Josh Stone say? I got a right to be wrong.
You feel me?
Shoot, I'm wrong. I'm wrong all day and day and twice on Sunday. Holla at your boy. Shoot. Anyway,
I'm gonna stay wrong.
I'm gonna be wrong forever. Here's my thing, man. People always, you know, it's crazy, and I hate to go back to Dylan Roof and what happened to those beautiful people in Charleston. But you know, immediately after that happened, everybody was like, you know, we should forgive. Black people are always rushed to forgive. You know what? After that happened, and I realized how different. Like I'd already known it, but it just was it was a slap in the face at that point where I was just like, you know what? I ain't letting shit slide.
Nothing.
Like I'm done. Like you know, it's blatantly obvious at this point, and we're gonna get into one that's really, really disrespectful later. It's blatantly obvious at this point that, you know, how are we being treated? Fuck us.
I mean,
basically.
second rate citizens. Man.
If it's fuck me, it's fuck
Second-rate
you. I'm sorry. I hate to feel like that, but that's just how I feel. Like,
I mean, you know, that's one of the reasons why, you know, when you see a lot of affluential black people, they really don't care about that whole white society makeup. I mean, you know, especially if you're an independent entrepreneur. Like with me personally, I could give a fuck about what they got to say. But if you say it to me, it's going to be a problem because I have no repercussions with their social system.
Right.
You know what I mean?
All I want to do is be left alone, bro. Like 99.9% of black people wake up every morning quite literally wanting to be left alone.
Yeah, but you got to understand, we the shit. And they the flies. They can't leave us alone. They attracted to us.
Now look at it like this, right? Okay, so I had this theory.
Can we write that one down?
We the shit.
We the shit.
And they the flies.
flies.
They attract. That's nattyism number one. That's going on a T-shirt.
For 2018.
The shit.
And they the flies.
The flies.
Yeah, he's really writing this down,
y'all think merchandise coming soon. I'm just trying to let y'all know. We gonna have an intern soon too. My cousin volunteered to intern for us. He young, fly, flashy young dude. Shout out to Don, man. He just turned 20, man. My young homie. I'm so proud of him. Shoot, people from where we come from, man. A lot of people didn't make it that age,
right, man.
So I'm proud of him. But you know, it's just we really just want to be left alone. And people always bothering us. Like, think about it. No black man pulls over and says, I really want to get shot by this cop today.
Nah, I mean, I really don't be wanting to pull over.
Yeah, but you know, if you run,
but
they gonna kill you anyway.
You know, I didn't tell you.
I just want to die tired.
Did I tell you about the incident I had on my bike last summer?
You stopped?
No, let me tell you. This shit is so funny. I mean, I ain't gonna stay too long on it, but I was coming down Clanton, and I seen a police officer at the light. So I crossed over West Boulevard. Boom, I'm on Clanton. So I seen him when he got in behind me. But mine is, you know, I had took my rear view mirrors off of my bike.
I ain't had no reviews on mine either.
Right. So I seen the blue lights, like the corner of my eye. I was like, shit, I'm about 2 minutes from the crib. Don't you know I coasted all the way to the crib? I was not about to stop on Clanton Road with two white cops behind me. And I was speeding. So when I pulled up in the yard, he like grabbed me by like the back of my jacket. So I turned around, I was like, officer, I didn't even know you were back there. He said, you looked right at me. I did. But I ain't gonna lie, I was scared. I'm like, look, shit, was I doing anything?
Every time
if you're gonna shoot me, you're gonna shoot me at home. Because my mama was in the living room.
Oh.
So I'm like, shit, I ain't about.
She might have shot back, huh?
Right. Mom gonna bust back. What you doing to my baby?
Oh man,
But
but
I'm
that's
not
one of the
putting
things. Like I told you, I'm on a sport bike. No, they'd had to come see me in South Carolina.
Look, I mean, but I was on Clinton, man.
Yeah, no. It's all right. On the Harley, I might pull over.
So you pull over on the crotch rock.
I pull over. You know what? Let's go and move on to another topic.
Yeah.
Let's step to another topic.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get into some weird stuff right now. So everybody's favorite rapper, Drake, is being a creep, like a real creep. Like I can't even excuse this. He has the number 30 and the number 35 tattooed on him. And the internet is speculating that it's a tribute to Steph Curry and KD, Kevin Durant. Now, the internet. They got their own investigators and all that. Now what makes this even weirder is that he took a picture in a LeBron James replica high school jersey.
Yeah.
And they saw the image of the 35 and the 30 on his bicep, and they zoomed into that. So you wear LeBron jersey, you be at all the games, fanboying it up, all in locker rooms and stuff like that. And now you done got tattoos of KD and Steph.
I mean, he might have had ball player dreams, man. He might have had ball player dreams.
Natty, I love you to death, bro.
I'm trying to get the best.
But if I ever come to you
shit.
and say, I want you to put Anthony Mason's number, I want you to put Muggsy Bogues' number
I can't do
on
it.
my shoulder.
I can't do
please.
it.
Why is
Please.
he a creep though? What makes it
What
creepy?
grown man? What really? This the same dude that wrote a letter to Aaliyah like 2 years ago. Like, this dude is weird. I'm
Okay,
sorry. This is
so
creepy as hell.
This is what I'm thinking.
Wait. On top of that, these people are still alive. Like, hello.
But imagine, okay, so back in the day, all little boys had MJ posters.
That's a poster.
They wanted the clothes, the shoes.
I still wear Jordans.
Right, but I mean, like, it was an extreme, like, I look up to you. Now,
Yeah.
granted, he's grown, so that's
You a
little,
grown Negro with a tattoo of two other
I'm trying.
Negro male basketball numbers on your body. Permanent. That's permanent. That's forever.
But did
Forever,
he,
ever.
Did he confirm that that's what they mean?
Okay, I'm glad you asked that.
Right.
So as the internet does, they did to investigate. So if you look at the number 35, under it, it says Snipe. Up until last year, Katie's Instagram was Easy Money Sniper. He's been known as Snipe for most of his basketball career.
That might.
Also, if you look at the number 30, under it, it says Gifted, and there's a halo. Now, isn't there a Christian Bible verse on Steph Curry's shoes, or isn't it something like that? Yeah. I mean, look, I get it. You're a woman, so you gonna like Drake. Y'all relate to each other.
He said,
Y'all both light
We're
skinned.
both
Y'all
emotional.
Y'all. Sometimes after a long day, you want to put on a bathrobe, get a pedicure, and just sit in a bubble bath
yeah, drop some little bath bombs.
and listen to cups of the XO. Bitches on my phone. I should call one and go home. I'm trying to say, sometimes you do that.
Okay.
I might listen to Joni Mitchell or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand why you would relate to Drake. However, this is weird.
Okay.
This is very weird. Anyway, moving on. Speaking of other entertainers, this situation with Genuine.
Oh man.
So Genuine is on Big Brother UK, and there is a transgendered woman on there. I don't really know all the right pronouns, okay? So if you're listening to this, and I'm really afraid to ask certain questions sometimes regarding the LGBTQIA community, because I don't want to get drugged just for asking legitimate questions. So I'm going to tell this as politically correct as I possibly can. So Genuine is on Big Brother UK, and there's a transgender woman on Big Brother UK, and she says to Genuine, "You would date me." Genuine then says, "Well, no, not if you're trans." At which point she gets upset and starts trying to kiss him. Like, I don't know if in the mouth or the cheek or something like that. and he was rejecting her kissing him. Now, to me, I don't have to kiss anybody I don't want to kiss.
Period.
Point blank, period. But somehow, between his statement saying I wouldn't date you if I knew you were trans, first of all, he's married to Soleil,
Right.
so he wouldn't be dating.
Anyway.
And so that, but then also, you don't have the right to grab me and try to make me kiss you. But the fact that he refused to kiss her, people are saying he's transphobic now. That's a little too woke for me. I'm sorry. Like, that's beyond the pale to me. Like, you're not just gonna make me kiss you, bro. Like, are you serious?
Transphobic. When did that term come about? Transphobic?
Yeah, it's I guess of fear or disdain or dislike of transgender people.
Just because he don't want to get kissed by somebody who was born with balls?
Oh God,
I don't look.
Natty.
No, what?
Natty,
It's the truth.
If it was a woman, and
If it
it
was-
doesn't matter.
right.
The problem
If I
is,
don't wanna be
here's the
kissed, I
thing:
don't wanna be
it's
kissed.
not the gender or
Right.
the sexual orientation that's the problem.
But that's what they
It's-
making it.
Well, yeah, but it's the consent thing that's really the problem. It's like consent can only go one way. Had this been a man that grabbed a woman and tried to make her kiss him,
It'd have been me too.
it'd have been me too.
Right.
But now that it's genuine and he's saying, no, I don't prefer to date transgender individuals, and she forces him to try to kiss her, he doesn't get a say so at this point.
In my mind, that's assault.
That's
It
what
is.
it
I
is assault.
agree.
That's
It
assault.
is assault. You know.
And I'm gonna punch the man parts that you still got.
God damn it.
What?
Natty.
No, I'm with Natty. So because he
Can we not?
identified.
This ain't about the genitals, man. This ain't,
but no, it is. But
no. It's really not. It's really not. What
Because he identifies as a woman is not automatically labeled as sexual misconduct. It's you're transphobic.
okay, and I get what you're saying.
That's not okay.
I get what you're saying. Whether it's woman, another man, transgender female, asexual person, gender fluid individual, non-binary. There are a lot of freaking terms out here because I started researching this, trying to figure out exactly what the right words to use were, and I still don't really understand all of it. But it doesn't matter who it is. You don't have a right, regardless of whatever your sexual orientation is, to put your hands on me
anyone.
Now,
and try to force me to kiss you. Now, the people who are calling it transphobic are doing it because
it's
I
an
don't
oppor-
even
it's an opportunity.
know. I don't even know. But the thing is, if you grab me and assault me, you know, especially in a manner where I'm uncomfortable and feel like I'm being violated in an intimate manner, whether you're a man or a woman, I feel like I should have the right to defend myself.
Right.
Because, I mean, okay, I don't want to overblow this topic because I know that men do get raped as well by women. There have been men who have been raped by women. And it's happened multiple times. It's very underreported. I don't want to overblow that topic. What my sole point is that nobody should be, number one, excused because of their, I guess, sexual orientation or gender for putting their hands on somebody else, trying to force themselves on them. But also, on top of that, I don't think anybody should be crucified for saying, hey, I wouldn't date you if you were trans.
Right.
Natty, I wouldn't date you because you're a man. I'm not attracted to that. Sorry.
That's just what it
I mean,
is.
I'm not man phobic.
Right. I'd have had people say they don't like short men. They wouldn't date me because I'm short. That don't make them heightophobic.
Exactly. I've
Yeah, I
had
mean,
the
what
same
the fuck?
situation.
Right. What the fuck?
Yeah. But that's just my whole thing. And the reason I said that, the reason I wanted to make that very
I want
clear,
to catch you in my drawers.
the reason I wanted to make that very clear is because to me, truth be told, I don't care what you identify as. I don't care what you see yourself as. I don't care what you call yourself, any of that.
I do.
Just leave me the hell alone.
Leave me alone.
Just
Go,
leave
man.
me the hell alone. Look, if I want to talk to you, I talk to you. If I don't want to talk to you, I won't talk to you. If you want to talk to me, I will be cordial, I'll be polite, live your life, do what you do. But leave me the hell alone. Honestly, I think black people, I think the civil rights movement really should have been about being left the fuck alone.
That's it. Just leave us alone.
Yeah.
And if you got
You know what?
balls, you ain't kissing me.
I'm
on my
like,
jaws.
keep it. God damn it, Natty. Keep your damn rights. keep
Keep your rights.
Keep your equal rights.
Stop fucking with me.
Yeah, just stop. Just leave me the hell alone. Keep your little funky ass rights. We gonna stay over here. We gonna go to our black schools. We gonna go to our black, establishments, our black grocery stores, all that. Because green makes the world go round anyway. Just leave us the fuck alone. Like, stop coming to our neighborhoods and trying to fight us.
We didn't ask to come do the same shit y'all was doing anyway.
Right.
Exactly.
We was fly as hell anyway.
Cool.
Yeah, always been fly.
Right.
Yeah, we the shit.
We were.
And they the flies.
Yeah.
You can't leave us alone.
And let's move on before we get protested or some shit. Cousin Addict, thank you. And if you'd like to sponsor the Kinda Sleepy Podcast, you can email us at kindasleepypodcast@gmail.com. Shit. Next up, speaking of creepy shit, Andy Savage, the pastor at High Point Church out of Memphis, Tennessee, 20 years ago, he sexually assaulted, according to Jules Woodson, the victim. He sexually assaulted Jules Woodson. She was 17. He was 22. So she sent him an email, December 1st, 2017, recounting it and ending it with the hashtag #MeToo. When he did not respond by January 5th, she went public with it. She made a public statement saying that he had done this. Now this guy puts a statement on the church website. He claims he didn't know there was any unfinished, quote unquote, and this is a quote, unfinished business with Jules Woodson. He recalled a sexual incident. I think he's what he said. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sexual incident. And then he stood in front of the congregation and admitted to it and apologized to her in front of the whole congregation. To which they responded with a standing ovation. Now, look, man, damn it. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, I understand, confessing your sins, like you said earlier, and talking about, your sins being put out there and saying, hey, I've done this, I've done wrong by the church, I've done wrong by the Bible, I'm repenting, I'm apologizing publicly and directly to this young lady in doing that. But the standing ovation.
The whole standing ovation, that's
weird.
where you lost me.
That's weird.
I mean,
that's weird as shit.
That's like idolizing the pastor,
Yeah, that's pastor worship.
And like you said before, I understand the whole aspect of, cleaning your slate in front of everybody and addressing the person directly. But for somebody to clap and commend a sexual assault, which basically what it boils down to, you clapping and commending a sexual assault, I can't get with that one.
Right.
I can't get with that. I'm gonna go ahead and stay kind of sleepy on that one.
Yeah, that's just so weird. Like, think about it. If Bill, let me ask you a question. If Bill Cosby had stood up and said, "Yeah, I did it,"
I'll tell you, I put my Jello pudding, pop it in the pudding, nah. They would have told Bill ass.
And if you'd like to be a sponsor for KC Podcast, shit.
I was trying not to go down that road, but Cincinnati opened the door. My homegirl didn't get a standing ovation.
Who?
She stood up and told everybody she was licking balls. They didn't stand up
Right,
and
they
clap.
didn't stand up. Right.
Nobody stood up and clapped.
Goddamn it, how is that your homegirl?
But I'm just saying, she repented in front of the church.
She repented.
She laid it all out there.
Wait a minute, Natty. How is that your homegirl?
I mean, it's figure of speech, but I'm just saying.
Figure of speech, huh? That's how you feel. Figure of speech. That's your homegirl. Huh.
Nobody clapped. They took the mic.
Right, they took the mic.
Couldn't nobody take this nigga mic?
Right. Pastor, let me hold that.
That's enough.
Pastor, you've had enough of speaking into the mic.
Amen.
Okay. That's what got you in this position in the first place. Okay? Get the mic away from him.
Right.
So it's just, no. But this is what lets me know. Now, this is a predominantly white church. And I'm not saying that all white people are like this. Okay, so before anybody comes from my neck, that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that I've noticed something by looking at the news. I noticed that a lot of these scandals, these Me Too scandals, a lot of these sexual deviant scandals, people are, the majority of them, now we know that in the black community we have a problem with because even in Eldridge Cleaver's book, Soul on Ice, it
Right.
talks about how black women have been preyed on by black sexual predators like that. But it seems as though when you look at some certain spaces within the white community, you know, and I don't want to speak for them because I'm not in their community, but it seems like this is like kind of not a big deal. You know, I've seen people say, man, that happened 20 years ago, man, let it go. But the thing is, you know, when you sexually assault somebody, when you rape somebody,
Yeah,
they live with that for the rest of
yeah,
their life.
mental trauma.
You know, and the thing is, you know, the number one rule of the internet is never read the comments. But every time somebody comes out with a sexual harassment claim or a claim like this of rape or something like that, there are always hundreds, sometimes thousands of apologists in the comments like, well, maybe she shouldn't have done this, or, you know, sounds like she was just a slut or something like that. And then you take a situation like this and you go back to what recently happened in Alabama with the dude who had 9 folks come and say, yeah, this dude is a statutory rapist.
Right.
Yeah, this dude did this. And people just kind of was like, well, whatever.
Yeah, be all right.
I don't get it, bro.
Hey, it's that white privilege, man.
I
Sweep under
guess.
the rug.
Hey man, this has been a heavy episode so far,
Sweep
man.
under
Like
the
it's
rug,
a lot of heavy topics. It's only gonna get heavier because the next one is Serena Williams, and Serena Williams recently admitted that after she gave birth to her baby, she pretty much had to tell the hospital staff, "Hey, save my life," and tell them how to do it. So while Serena Williams was recovering from her birth, she started feeling short of breath. And Serena Williams deals with blood clots. And so she feared having a pulmonary embolism, which, since I'm not a medical professional, I'm not really sure what the hell that means. But I'm sure somebody on YouTube or Snapchat or something can tell me what it is. But yeah, so she felt like she feared having a pulmonary embolism. And so she actually literally got up out of the bed and walked away from her mother. She didn't want to call the doctor in there in front of her mom because she didn't want to freak her mom out. And so she got up and walked out to the nurse's station and told the nurse, hey, I need a CT scan and an IV drip of this kind of medicine, because she had been off her, and I Googled how to pronounce this word, anticoagulant drugs for a couple of days while she had been giving birth. Now, the nurse apparently thought that the painkillers had got to her and that she was just talking out of her head. She had to insist on that. You know, so I posted the story on our Facebook page. You can go to our Facebook page, the Kind of TV Podcast. Just search that, and I guarantee you to pop up. And one of my friends from back in the day posted that, you know, she had the same fear of, you know, she had a fear of getting pregnant and having a child because of these same issues. And she said that a lot of times when she would have her blood clot issues and things of that nature, that people wouldn't take her seriously. And she had to go get a black hematologist, which is a blood doctor, because the black doctor took her seriously.
Right.
And so I started thinking, I was like, I asked her, I said, is this something that happens often with black women? Because I didn't know.
Right.
You know, I never claim to speak for black women or know really what black women go through. I know it's a whole shit ton of stuff, but I never claim to know what it is. And so she said, well, yeah, this is something that happens a lot. And then another young lady who I'm acquainted with, Shelly Gordon, shout out to Shelly, she posted an NPR article that said black women face a disproportionate rate of death after giving childbirth. The statistic that was cited was 243% more likely to die from pregnancy or child-related complications, which means black women die at 3 to 4 times the rate of their white counterparts. That's scary.
Yeah, that's disturbing.
And I know we were talking about this right before we went on the air, and you said something I thought was really heavy. Can you, first of all, being a black woman, can you speak to any experience of having, you know, medical staff not take you seriously because of that?
I think it almost comes across as if this is not your realm of expertise. If you're questioning things or you're requesting things other than what the doctor says, you know, they expect you to say, you know, yes, sir, and yes, ma'am. And they tell you what's wrong and they tell you what they're going to do about it. And you're just supposed to go along with it, regardless of how you feel. You can express that you have concerns that they should do additional tests. You can say you have concerns that something wasn't treated properly. And it's almost brushed off, or you're discredited because, who are you? You're not knowledgeable about this. They're the medical professionals and you're not. But you know your body, you know your history, and you can speak to what problems you're having. But that's not something they take seriously. So you almost have to come across as if you are crazy. You're labeled, as doing the most or
problematic.
Yeah,
right.
you're
angry black woman.
Yeah, you're
over the
the
top.
angry black woman. You're not being
Respectful.
not even respectful. It's less than that. It's almost as if
You're indignant.
no, you're not compromising, and you're not being you're being combative. You're being combative with everything that the doctor says because you're just a combative black woman, and you just wanna put on and cause a scene, and that's not the case. But you have to cause a scene in order to get the results that you need, which is life.
Right.
I have several classmates that have passed away after childbirth, just from complications.
And we're not that old.
We're not at all. I mean, several, not one, not two. There's been several that have passed away, and it's like, how does that happen?
Right.
Like, did you have problems beforehand? What? They get sent home. They'll send you home, and you'll die at home. I had one classmate, and she was found in her bed. She had twins. She was in the bed with the twins, and she was no longer alive. And it was shortly after she had her kids. But that's because she didn't get the treatment she needed. But if you don't stand up for, doctors, I kind of feel like that's a deeper issue. It does go beyond I'm not going to say that's just a black woman thing. I feel like it does go beyond black women. It's really anybody. If you're going to the doctor and you don't do research before you go,
right,
they'll tell you anything. They got
home.
They got their copay. They got what they bill to your insurance. They told you some bullshit, maybe gave you some medicine, and you go home and they're on to the next patient.
Right.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks when you come back because what we did didn't solve your problem at all.
I mean, and the thing is about the NPR article that got posted regarding, it says that, there's a huge gap. Like one of the biggest disparities in healthcare in America is that between black women and every other demographic. Like black women are more, like many times higher to die of heart disease and all these and diabetes and all these other various illnesses. And so,
we're last on the totem pole.
Yeah.
We really are. We're last on the totem pole. Why would they care? Why would they put forth extra effort for, I hate to say it, for black women that don't matter? That's the truth of it.
And if you was a black gay woman, you're done.
Yeah.
Or a black transgender.
You're a black transgender woman, you're done. I mean, let's be honest about it. Let's be honest about that, though. But let's be come on, man. You got to kind of give it that one, though. Like, you got to kind of give that one up.
At the end of the day, man, like E said, it's like it's somewhat to where they are focused on it, but not focused on it.
You care enough to get my support, but not enough to fix the problems that I'm facing. Like being black. The black vote is something that, the Republican Party wants to siphon off and the Democratic Party depends on and stuff like that. Everybody wants black. What's the saying? What's the cliche now? If America loved black people as much as it loved black culture, we would be okay.
Yep.
Right. Or the black dollar.
Yeah, or the black dollar. It's just we're forgotten about it. Man, this is only gonna get heavier. So I don't want to stay too long on that. I want to go on and get through the next two topics we got, because the last topic is the one that's really our topic for the night. And we're gonna get back to everything that we just talked about in the prior stories that we talked about. But next up, just kind of an update and also just an awareness thing for everybody that's listening. Yesterday, the Tamir Rice's murderer, I'm gonna go and say his name, Timothy Lehman. He started arbitration hearings to get his job back, and the arbitration hearings are to last 3 days, which means they'll be done tomorrow. And I have absolutely no confidence in the system that this man is going to stay fired. He will be a police officer again.
Right.
I firmly believe that. This guy was found unfit for duty in other police departments, but yet he's still there. If Betty Jo Shelby's stupid ass can get her job back, this man will absolutely get his fucking job back.
Right.
And it's just one more example of how, like we just said, we don't matter.
Yeah, no remorse and no recourse.
It's like last week it was, white privilege gone wild. This week is fuck y'all.
Pretty much.
I mean, isn't that
all
kind of
the
how
way
it goes?
downhill.
Like, isn't that
all the
kind of
way
how it
downhill.
goes? And so, I mean, to even see this story pop up, like, it bothered me so bad. Like, it bothered me. This man killed a baby. A baby. That was a baby.
Child.
And he's about to get his job
Yeah,
back.
and they're going to reinstate him.
He's going to get reinstated. It's like you get bonuses for killing black men and children and women. It's just, it's sick.
Yeah, it's hunting season, man. Like,
Betty Shelby got her job back and back pay in a lump sum. This country made what's the rat bastard's name? Darren Wilson. Made Darren Wilson a millionaire for killing Mike Brown.
right.
You mean to tell me this stuff is a coincidence?
Man,
Hell no.
I seriously wonder if they have like a underground like social site and they get to post stuff like, did you see that so and so got him one today?
Well,
Right.
4chan, the dark parts of Reddit. I wouldn't doubt that there's some of these law enforcement message boards. Stormfront, which is the most well-known white supremacist site in the world. Like, I have now the FBI came out with that report that said that white supremacists had infiltrated law enforcement. Well,
They've always been.
they always been there. Like, they never left. Like, what do you mean?
Like
Like,
Bull Durham.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Bull Connor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. You know what was messed up in today's issue of the Birmingham News, the online, the website, AL.com. It talks about how Nat King Cole, who's from Alabama, originally from Alabama, a while back when he was still alive, of course, went to Birmingham to play a show. And they would not let the audience see his white band that he had behind him.
Wow.
So they put a curtain in front of them. And so he's on stage. He did 2 shows for white people and then a late night show for black folks. The mayor of Birmingham came out to introduce him. And as he's singing, these Klansmen rushed the stage and beat him up. Like, they beat on him. And his band could hear what was going on, and they were from England, so they started playing God Save the Queen. I don't know why, but that's a really weird fact that happened. But they started playing God Save the Queen. Dun, dun, yeah, whatever, however God Save the Queen goes. But, yeah. And so here's what's very interesting about that. So the police knew something might happen. So they had plainclothes officers there. They had extra security there. Yet this guy still got on stage and beat him. And then I'm reading the story, and they have these guys' names and their history of racial violence. One of the guys who led the charge was the guy that wrote George Wallace's Segregation Today, Segregation Tomorrow, Segregation Forever speech. And he actually became a famous author. So it's almost like throughout history, people have gotten rewarded
Right.
for being the most hateful, evil, vindictive, ridiculous folks ever in history, and we just supposed to forget about it.
Forget and forgive.
This is probably like the most heavy episode we've had because it's like a cloud. Like I'm feeling the energy in the room, and it's like this heavy cloud because we know what's coming next, and it's like this heavy cloud of just like, damn, like is this ever gonna stop? Like,
no, I don't think it's the cloud. It's reality.
It's reality, yeah.
It's life.
Right.
It's
that shit
expressing
don't make,
what life
it's
is.
exhausting. Like I'm exhausted. Like I had a long day at work today, but whenever I come in here, I get energized. But right now, talking about this right now, I'm exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
Like
real shit,
I'm
man.
an old folks word. I'm weary. Like I can sing an old Negro spiritual right now in 3-part harmony by myself.
Go ahead.
See, what you're not gonna do
She said, "Go ahead."
is bait me in
I
it.
bet you won't.
Swing low. Which you not gonna have me sing like the Underground Railroad.
Yeah, but like you said, though, knowledge, man, it's become profitable. To be an assailant of black individuals.
Now let's talk about that. Let's take that to the next story. So what drove the internet nuts this week was the H&M ad where they had an image of a young black child in a hoodie that says "coolest monkey in the jungle." Now, at first, I could see it as a mistake at first. If there had not been a white child in the same advertisement as a jungle survival expert, you mean to tell me you couldn't have just switched that? Now, these ad campaigns for a company as large as H&M go through multiple levels of approval.
Come on, man.
They go through multiple levels of approval.
You mean to tell me this came all the way down from up top and nobody bothered to look at this ad
And y'all thought it was cool.
This can be misconstrued.
Like nobody said that.
Nobody said that.
Now, allegedly, this was a British child, a young British black child. His mother was British. She told us to piss off and that, all that kind of stuff. Whatever. Shut up. And the hoodies were only to be sold in Ireland, I think it was said, or something like that.
I've heard different.
They're different, but all that kind of stuff. But then, you showed me something. You sent me a picture of well, before I get to that, everybody was outraged. Okay? And so everybody starts talking about it and sharing this picture, blasting this picture out everywhere, talking about it, saying this, saying that. I have a theory, and I'm pretty sure it's a theory that other people have come up with and stuff like that. It's something that I just by my observation I've said, and other people have said it too. I'm not going to sit there and claim it's just my thought and my thought alone, but these aren't accidents.
No, not at all.
This happens way too often for it to be an accident.
Hey, it's strategic.
You offend black people with your marketing stuff. You apologize. You give the same standard cookie cutter ass apology. And then we go on about life, and next time H&M has an 80% off sale, all the black people in a 10-mile radius will be there and buying shirts and tees and all kinds of stuff. And so this is obviously, to me at least, a marketing strategy.
That's it.
That's exactly what it is. Black outrage has become a marketing strategy.
It's profitable.
Now,
emotional uproar.
With that being said, sharing the photo, posting the photo, retweeting the photo, all that kind of stuff, that's free advertisement.
That's it.
You have a viral ad now. Notice I said not a viral picture, a viral advertisement. You have a cute little boy, a handsome young king in an H&M hoodie, and there are some white people out there who will quite literally purchase something or support something just because black people don't support it.
Yeah, it is.
And it's a lot more pervasive and a lot larger of a demographic than I think we're willing to admit a lot of times. And I think they've started banking on that. In fact, an entire election was banked on, was won on that.
Emotional uproar?
Yeah. It's profitable.
And it's profitable, man.
And we done ended up with a big ass orange toddler in the White House because of it. They done finessed the world, man.
I'm telling you, and it's upside down now. But the only way we can get it back right is if we tear it all the way down. And it's all the way down.
So check this out. So I showed you this picture, and you sent me this picture earlier, Voice of Reason, and it was an image of a black man, a black male face, with a shadow cast on one side of it.
I think he's a
soccer player.
Yeah.
I did my research. He's a soccer player. And the Adidas logo is in the upper right-hand corner. And what does it say? What word does it say on the bottom?
Predator.
Now, if I looked at this ad, and we're going to post the ad, we're going to post a picture of the ad on the Facebook page just to show you guys that are listening what we're talking about. I wouldn't know that they were selling shoes.
I mean, basically, it was laid out like a mugshot.
Yeah.
It's laid out like a mugshot.
That's exactly what it looks like, a mugshot.
With a label at the bottom of it.
Right.
And shit. And that's basically what it boils down to.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean,
it's
I often go back to
prelude.
I go back to that image of LeBron James and the white actress on the cover of that magazine where it's like Beauty and the Beast. and black men are often portrayed in these aggressive, hyper-masculine, angry, evil roles that really do us a disservice and forward a narrative that we're just beasts.
Hey.
And we're just violent, angry, evil folks. Like, and now you calling our babies monkeys.
Monkeys.
Like, okay.
I don't know, though. My
I'll tell you.
mama done called me a monkey motherfucker.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Sit your little
But
monkey
see,
ass
to
down.
me, a lot of times that's,
Yeah.
when we say that to each
Trouble,
other,
yeah.
it's a joke.
Yeah,
And we know it's a joke.
Because you acted.
But then when you have a picture, when you have people hatefully calling Michelle Obama
right,
a monkey, or when you have people hatefully calling Barack Obama a monkey, you know, if I call you a monkey ass motherfucker,
right,
you know, I'm
probably
joking.
called. You
It's
know,
out of love.
yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
probably
It's from love.
because I'm probably cutting up, acting wild,
Yeah.
jumping all over the place. Get your little monkey
ass down, right?
Right.
And
It's an
we
attention
understand that.
statement.
Yeah.
Just to
Yeah.
get your attention. Yeah.
But when you have when people that look like you have a history of hateful statements, dehumanizing who we are by
Keyword.
using this term, I mean, and at this point, and this is what I've realized, at this point, if you don't know, you can't play ignorant anymore. It's all out there, and
It's
it's
all
way
out there,
too much
yeah.
that has happened.
Yeah,
Well-
the cause of face up.
When you say that, it kind of it sparks a different conversation. So, is it really playing ignorant, or it's no different than the basketball team with the racial slurred names on the back of the jersey?
They think it's funny.
Right. It's fun, or not even that it's funny. It's just that I don't have to be sensitive to what you're sensitive to at all. So these companies, and I know they have advertising departments. I mean, now when you think about it, you know, working in banking, you have huge compliance departments because we have to make sure that we are in line with all of these federal regulations. So with these major companies, and when they're doing advertising, do they not have, or will we request or demand that there be groups? I'm pretty sure some of them have them, but where are your groups that focus on cultural sensitivity before you drop an advertisement?
There is no
So
check.
there's a difference. So there's nothing that like I know the mom made a comment and she was saying, you know, she doesn't look at things that way. You know, they're in a different country, so their reality is not the same as a black person's reality in America. We see the hoodie and we go, oh, what the hell?
Right.
You know, they see the hoodie, oh, it's just a little young mate in, you know, a monkey hoodie.
A little bloke.
They don't think anything of it. Their reality is totally different than ours. Well, where is the group that works at the company that says, yeah, it may be fine over here, but when folks in America see it, that's not going to, yeah, probably shouldn't do that. Not a good idea. So let's try to, you know, maybe, or put all the kids together in the same hoodie or something. But
they
there's-
have that
it
was
wasn't
isolated.
there.
Yeah, just isolated individual.
Right. Now, this is how I know that our country has gone completely crazy and we're now in a bad reality show. So Rachel Dolezal,
Gosh. Here we go.
What the hell?
Rachel Dolezal has decided that it would be a good idea to now sell hoodies. I'm not joking. I'm really not joking right now. She's decided it was a good idea to sell hoodies that instead of they're green, just like that hoodie. That instead of coolest monkey in the jungle, it says coolest prince in the hood.
But they just not gonna let us live, G. They not gonna let us live.
We the shit.
And
They the flies.
They the motherfucking flies,
Amen.
man.
Rachel
Come on,
Dolezal is the queen fly.
Yo,
She still got box braids. Like
yo,
You just gonna see an opportunity and like, let me hop on this shit.
come on, man.
yo, I don't care what y'all say. Rachel Dolezal may not be a black person, but she damn sure a nigga. That's
She got nigga tendencies.
she a nigga.
I concur with that statement. Yo, it started out good. The coolest
Prince
Right,
in the
head
hood.
nod, head
But it's
nod.
a hoodie. It's a
I
hoodie.
dig
And
it.
so
I
that's what
get
she's
it. The nice little play on
No.
words.
That's what I'm
All
trying
that.
to think that she said.
No, that's
all
like
that.
saying I said nigga.
Right.
Not
Not
nigger.
nigger. Right. I didn't grr. I didn't do the growl sound. Yo, they not gonna let us live, G. I swear to God.
You know what? And on that note, with that being said, with Rachel Dolezal just, fucking it up for everybody.
Oh my God.
Because you had all these black artists on Twitter like really going in and reimagining this whole thing. And one dude that did a series, he said Revolt. He had a Revolt hoodie on one. One had a Sean John logo on it. And one was some other black-owned company. I can't think of what it was. Oh, it was Oprah's Network.
Okay.
And so it said Own Revolt, and then it had Sean John or something like that. And I was like, that's dope. Like I was really excited about that. But now that Rachel Dolezal done came in here and
she's done
grand opening, grand closing.
Right, man. She's done pissed in everybody's trivia.
I'm trying to tell you. She still does she still got box?
Be quiet.
Did she say she was gonna did she say she was gonna be like a licensed braider or something like that?
I don't know.
Do the Africans let her work in their salon? Man, that's a question that need answers.
Look here, man.
You know what? I'm gonna do a documentary called "Searching for Rachel."
Let's not.
Rachel.
Let's not do that.
Let's not. No.
Okay. All right.
It's not a good idea.
Hiding Rachel.
Yeah, can we hide her?
Yeah,
yes.
let's hide that ass.
Yes.
I got so many jokes about that right there, but I'm leaving it alone. Nope. Anyway, that's gonna do it for us tonight, man. We're done. Like we've sufficiently depressed y'all for the rest of the weekend.
I have an uplifter.
Oh, what's up?
Gates is home.
Hey! I'm trying to tell you. Look here, as soon as I get up, we'll go ahead and tell Drika to go ahead and put
I'm him.
Yo, so now I know you're a big Gates fan. You are a huge Gates fan, and I'm so glad. I'm glad you mentioned that because I almost forgot Gates was home, and I don't know how I could forget. But so we got to touch on something right quick. Okay, so we talked about this when I texted you and said, I texted you and said Gates home. And you was like, hey, I said, I'm finna listen to, I text you, I said, I'm about to make a remake to Supposed to Be in Love. But then we started talking about the lyrics to Supposed to Be in Love, right?
He was beating her ass up and everything.
So
that shit violent than a motherfucker.
So that nigga said, beat a bitch like Chris Brown, go back to jail, no questions. No surrender, no retreat. Nigga, are you at war? Like love really is a motherfucking battlefield to you, ain't it?
Shit, love hurts fucking with that nigga.
Yeah, for real.
I say, what?
So, in honor of Kevin Gates, I want to close out the show by playing this angry ass love song.
That must have been written by Ike Turner.
That's what they define black love as. It's dysfunctional and hard.
Shit is hard. It's rough.
Man, I hope not.
That shit. He wrote that with the soul of Ike Turner in him.
I'm trying to tell you, Ike Turner. He really name dropped Chris Brown. Like I'm like, yo, Chris got to come see about you, bro.
Man, Chris ain't want to see about Soulja Boy. Man, Chris better sit his ass down, man.
Nah, I think you put Gates and Chris in a ring together. You know, Chris got the reach advantage.
Hey,
that might be a good fight.
Man, Chris gonna get shot, man.
Yeah, you got a point.
Chris gonna get shot.
You got a point. So we gonna go on and close out the show with Kevin Gates, Supposed to Be in Love. Welcome home, Gates, man. Start making some good music, and we'll catch y'all next week.
Man, I thought it was legal to beat your hoe. Beat your hoe, fuck. Blowing up the phone, no, she see me calling up. I whip up in the driveway, she done packed up all my stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck? Can't even talk to her. I ain't gon' lie, this pussy good, it make me feel like stalking her. We supposed to be in love, we supposed to be in love. We supposed to be in love, till it ain't no breaking up. We supposed to be in love, till it ain't no breaking up. No way that we can talk about it. No walking out, we supposed to be in love. Any way that we can talk about it, it ain't no walking out, we supposed to be in love. Any way that we can talk about it, it ain't no walking out, we supposed to be in love. How the fuck is you falling all in your feelings? No understanding, I'm ignorant, you gon' probably say that I'm tripping. throw the left hand. You duck down when this right bitch won't miss you. Beat a bitch like Chris Brown, go back to jail, no quitting. No surrender, no retreat. Park the whip, hop out on feet. Me and her brother, jug together. He better not get in my business. This shit serious. If you with it, shit get injured. Did I mention how I'm rocking? You gon' pop me or it's back to penitentiary. Blowing up the phone, no, she see me calling up. I whip up in the driveway, she done packed up all my stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck? Can't even talk to her. I ain't gon' lie, this pussy good. It make me feel like stalking her. We supposed to be in love. We supposed to be in love. We supposed to be in love. Till it ain't no breaking up. We supposed to be in love. Till it ain't no breaking up. Ain't no way that we can talk about it. Ain't no walking out. We supposed to be in love. Any way that we can talk about it. Now we supposed to be in love. Any way that we can talk about it. It ain't no walking out. We supposed to be in love. Island, cloud, shout, you got loud. I bound you, ripped the gown, you had around you.